Hello, my sweet friend. It's Christina, and welcome to a new episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Hello, my sweet friend. I am Christina Revalo, cake decorator, coach, and teacher, and I am here to empower my fellow cake artists to be creative and to work together as a tight cake community by providing information and opportunities for all, regardless of their level of expertise and knowledge. If you are a cake artist, cake decorator, baker, or cake enthusiast and want to be coached for success, this podcast is for you. Let me help you set achievable goals, understand that managing your time, having a positive mindset, understanding your customer, selling, using social media for your cake business, and knowing how to teach your craft are all as important as flour, sugar, and eggs. Let me share with you what has worked for me, all from a very personal and down-to-earth perspective. I want for you to put your name out there, not to be stressed with time and working hours, and to participate in cake collaborations and competitions, so one day you will be that cake artist featured in a cake magazine or teaching at international events, just like me. Welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. Well, hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. So happy to have you all back here another Tuesday, another week here on the Art Cake Coach podcast. January is going, it's going. I cannot believe that we're almost halfway there in the first month of the year. I am very, very happy to say that the subscription channel for the RK Coach podcast is there for you to go and check out. We have already 2 classes of goal setting audio classes with PDF to download that you can access through the subscription button or the link that I will be leaving here on the episode. On this subscriptions channel, only $2.99 a month. That's it. That's all you're going to pay. And you will have access to extra classes or classes in this month on goal setting, all with PDFs to download, activities to do, and is the best way to start the year with your goal setting, not only intentions, but a roadmap, a blueprint on how to really make your goals achievable for 2024. I'm very excited about this new endeavor of the RK Coach podcast, and I cannot wait to see you there and to help you organize your goals for 2024. Now, today's episode, because last week we talked about setting achievable goals, and we talked about actually what we talked about was that you don't need a New Year's resolution. You need goals, and you need to set a plan for goals, right? And everywhere in all my social medias, everything is all my platforms, the group on Facebook, the group online, the Art Cake Coach, Cake Friends Stay Creative, the paid classes, the subscription channel for the Art Cake Coach. Everywhere, this month is all about goal setting. So, not the minimum information is left out. I want to give you all the possible tools so you can really, really set achievable goals for 2024. Of course, in the class, like I mentioned before, you have 2 ways to access the class. We have the private Facebook group that is 10 euros to pay to enter and be part of this class. You will have 4 classes with extra activities, with live Q&As and downloadable material for setting your goals for 2024. If you're not, you just say, well, I want just to listen to the classes first, see how it goes. We have the subscription channel in the RK Coach podcast. On the links will be here on the description of this episode, where you can have access to the 4 classes this month for $2.99, and they will be available for you as long as you are subscribed to the channel, also with the PDFs and the downloadable materials. But of course, in this podcast, the free podcast that is available for you since May 2022, I believe, and will continue to be available for you because I'm not going to stop doing this free podcast for all of you. I also want to give you more tips and more ideas, more tools. I like that word, more tools that you can use in order to set achievable goals. Right now, the thing that happens is we set our goals, we work on all of the filters that we have to go through with our goals, the SMART filter, the ham filter. We study all the areas of our lives. We know you do everything that you need to do, but somehow goals still not happening for you. There are things that, I mean, you say, but I plan, Christine. I plan everything. I wrote down everything. I did everything that you asked me to do. Or I read in the book, or I learned from another coach, or I saw in a video. Like, I'm really doing it this January, every January, every year, every January. I just sit down and do my goals. But somehow along the way, they just doesn't seem to happen. What am I doing? What's not happening with my goals? Why is this not a reality for me? I see everybody else like, I achieved so many things, but it's not happening to me. And today's episode, what I want to share with you is how to set a road for success by avoiding things that are not going to get you closer to your goals. And it doesn't have to do with setting the goals, it doesn't have to do with all the methods and all the blueprints and all the roadmaps and all the books and all the, all the to-dos that you can do in order to achieve goals. It has to do with something more simple, that is our mind, our thought, our mindset, and what really, really matters to us. So that's what today's episode is about. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere, because today we're going to set achievable goals by setting ourselves in the road for success. So, like I mentioned before, in other episodes, I can share with you all the tools and all of the ideas and all of the to-dos and all of the mindset exercises to get you towards your goal this year, or to either achieve it or to get you closer to it. But and I'm speaking from myself. I am speaking from my own point of view, because I set, like all of you do. Don't think it's just you, okay? Don't think this is, because I set this list of, I don't know how many goals, and then I maybe accomplish one or two, and the other ones just I keep dragging them year to year. That has happened to me too. It's not only you. And there are specific areas of my life that I just keep dragging them, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be the year, but somehow they don't happen. And from being there and done that for so long, and also reading and also working with other coaches, I came across a list, if you could say so, of items, ideas, or sabotage that we do to ourselves in order not to achieve our goals. And it goes deeper than just what we're going to mention in this episode. This has to do with limiting beliefs. This has to do with our mindset, with our psychology, with our backgrounds, with the story we tell about ourselves. It's a very deep work to really get to the root of the issue. But there's some basic things that you either need to avoid or you need to do in order to actually achieve your goals. Of course, the idea of all the work that we do in the classes, and the subscription audio classes, in the Facebook classes, in the free webinars of goal setting, all of that work that we do has a purpose, right? And as a class, it follows a certain pattern, right? Of setting the goal or putting yourself in the right mindset, of being grateful, all of that. And we go through all of that. We're going to go deeper in the classes, not only working with different filters on how to, let's say, yeah, how to filter those goals to see what really matters, what doesn't matter, what what I need to act on right now. All of that is going to happen in the classes. We're going to also go deeper into that, into the limiting beliefs, into the story that we tell ourselves about why can't I achieve things, or why am I not good enough? All the negatives that we tell ourselves about not achieving our goals and why we sabotage. But they're basic principles that you have to either follow or avoid in order to fulfill those goals. And that's what I want to share with you today. So, the first one, and this doesn't go in a specific order. I've learned this from other coaches, from other classes, from books, from reading, from self improvement. I have learned this from many sources. I didn't make this up, and it's probably going to resonate with you, because if you by any chance have been in contact with other information about self development, you probably heard all of the things that I'm going to say today. But I want to share with you, my sweet friend, my cake friend, um, my cake entrepreneur artist who's over there, because I know how hard it is to, first of all, have a talent and have a passion, because I believe that when what we do as cake artists comes from passion, and not seeing the results, and not getting the client, and not being profitable, and quitting because the economy is bad, or because my clients are not paying me, or having difficult clients. I know what it's like. I know what it is to have the talent and wanting to maybe leave that 9 to 5 job to actually dedicate yourself just to your cakes, and you're just afraid to do it because you don't know how sure or certain that's going to be. And doesn't matter how much we dream of, my perfect ideal world would be to just do my cakes and be happy with it and make enough money so I can live off being a cake artist, or being a baker, or having my own bakery, or having my own teaching studio. All of those dreams that you really, really want, you want that to be your life. I know what it's like. And then realizing that they're just wishes, they're not goals, and they're not going to happen. But why they happen to somebody else's and doesn't happen to me? Why are that not coming my reality? Is it because it's not meant to be, or is it because I'm sabotaging myself somehow, somewhere? Is it because I'm not setting my goals right? I don't think so. I think I've gave you plenty of tools to set your goals. So there are other things that you say, what's going on? And it's in the little things, in the little details, in the everyday tasks that you realize that's where the problem lies. That's where, that's where I'm lacking off. So what are those things? One of the things that I learned over the years is, don't do the same and expect results. We tend to set our goals and do all the things and write them down and pass them through the filters, and that's it. We hope that by doing that, and by looking at our notebook once in a while and saying, yes, it's there. I know it's there. I'm focused on that. It's not just focus. You really need to do the work. When I say divide your goals into milestone, it's not only the milestone, it's every day. What I do every day has to bring me closer to my goal in every aspect of my life. And I know it sounds like a lot of work, but if your mind is really set, the mindset, I keep talking about mindset. If your mind is really set on results, every little thing that you do is going to bring you closer to that goal. The problem is, we do everything in January. We sit down, we do, we write them down, we do everything that we need to do, we plan, and that's it. And we don't change anything else. And we expect the same, we expect results somehow. I'm going back to the example that I always give because it's easy to measure, right? I join the gym, I pay the gym, but if I don't go to the gym, there's not going to be any difference. Oh, but I enroll in the gym, Christina. I did it. My mind is sad and I'm paying the subscription. But are you actually going to the gym? Or when you go to the gym, are you actually working out enough? I mean, It goes to the little details, or right, and not even working on enough. Or you're working on right in order to lose the weight or to get healthier. I don't know what you want to do. Same happens with our cakes and our businesses. Like, this is the year I'm going to get more clients. Are you promoting yourself? Are you calling former clients? Are you keeping track of your clients list? Are you every day, everything that you do, everything that you publish in social media is tailored to find you more clients? Or you're just, it's just a wish? We always said, I mean, if you don't, your wishes, I mean, it's a wish until you set a roadmap to achieve it, right? But it's not just setting the roadmap, it's putting the work. So don't do the same as you have done until today. And this goes out, I'm going to say this today, this goes out to my negative friends, because we do have a lot of those. And in our cake world, it's no difference. I'm not, it's like that everywhere, in every aspect of our life. We have people who's just negative, right? And they're always complaining, and they're always saying everything that is wrong, and everything that doesn't work. Like, the client doesn't respect my prices, people don't understand why I charge how much I charge. um, the world is, it's their fault that I'm not, more successful in my cake business. But what are you doing differently? Just sitting and complaining, that's all. So apply new little changes or big changes, depends on the result that you want to get, and keep going until you succeed. If you want big changes, if you want major changes in your life as a cake artist or in any other aspect, apply big changes to your everyday tasks. If you want little changes, just, apply little things, little new tasks or little new changes in your life, and you will get smaller results. But you will get results because you want to keep going until you succeed, and you're going to keep moving forward. So that was number one. Don't do the same and expect results. Number two is, I've been talking to you about how goal setting is like a GPS, right? We have a point A, a point B, and you connect the dots and you get to your results. Now, when we select our GPS address, the GPS asks us if we are going by foot, by train, by car, by plane, right? You can give those options, especially if you're on Google Maps, not on the GPS, on Google Maps. The GPS assumes you're in the car and you're driving, right? So that is great. Let's translate that to our lives. Am I going by car? Am I going by foot? Am I going by train? So am I going fast, slow, at my own pace? How am I actually moving towards my goal? And more importantly, who is driving your car as a person? Who's the driver? Is the driver yourself in your best self possible? Is the driver yourself in a negative state? Is the driver others' opinions? Is the driver what everybody else says and not what you really think should be the answer? Who is the driver of your car? Who's really moving towards your goal? Who is moving you? So that comes my question. Depending on how fast and how accurate you want to get to your goal, you have to know, who are you when no one is looking? Are you a positive person? Are you a negative person? Are you a person willing to put the work? Are you a person who listens to everybody's opinions and doubt himself? Are you a person who listens to everybody's opinion and just tell them to go find somebody else to talk to because you're not going to listen to them? Who are you when nobody's looking? um, who is driving your car from point A from point B? Where do you want to go and how do you want to get there? Do you want to get there fast? Do you want to get there slowly? Do you want to get there at your own pace? I'm not saying that one thing is better than the other. Of course, it's better to listen to yourself than to listen to others sometimes. It's good to find a coach, a mentor, or somebody you appreciate to give you an opinion, but listening to everybody else's opinions is tiring and most of the time not accurate. Um, you want to maybe go faster. So if you want to go faster, we go back to the first point. You do big changes to get big results and faster results. Maybe you want to go on your own pace, like, wait a minute, I need time to assimilate things. I'm the kind of person who likes to go in I'm at my own pace. I need to digest things. So I do changes, not big ones, not little ones, but I keep introducing new things and new things and new things until I'm comfortable, and then I go and like, okay, this is my pace. This is my pace, and this is how I'm going to get there. I hope you're understanding what I mean by this. But it's key. It's key to really know who you are as a person and where do you stand, and who is actually that moving yourself closer to your goal. Because I'm going to tell you, for example, I'm going to give you an example. When I started baking cakes to sell, I started it because there was this um, kind of, I'm not going to say pressure, but it was there. My daughter was little, my husband um, was traveling all the time. My mother-in-law and my mother, both of them in different stages, were like, oh, the kid needs to, if you do something from home, you're going to be more time with her. You can give her more support. You can pick her up from school. You can, instead of having, a 9 to 5 job that you're not going to take care of her. So I listened to them in a way. It was positive because it made me do something. But in the other way, looking back, I wasn't absolutely ready to start a cake business at that time. I didn't have all the knowledge. I didn't have all the tools. I could have learned a little bit more. I could have stayed longer in my 9 to 5 job and maybe gain more, have more money, more capital to invest on the cake as a business. So I started my cake business. It was not a cake business, it was a cake survival. It was just to do something and make some money. That's it. But I wasn't prepared, but I listened to them instead of, so I wasn't driving my car at that point. I was driving the car by others' comments. God bless them because they put me in this path. I'm not saying anything wrong about that. But looking back, it's like, it wasn't really me who was driving the car. But when I started Cake Friends Stay Creative, I was driving my car. I didn't listen to anybody. There was an issue with another group who was very toxic, and they wanted to shut me down. They wanted to condition what I was doing. I just didn't listen to anybody. It's like, you know what? This feels right. This feels that this is what I have to do, and I'm going to do it. And look how far we have grown. So again, my question: who is driving your car? Is it you? Is it your own thoughts? Is it everybody else's thoughts? Is what everybody else says? Is it positive? Is it negative? That will give you the result. That will determine the way you get to your goal, right? Because it's not just to get there, it's the way you get there. Okay, so going back, don't do the same and expect results. And who is driving your car? Where do you stand? Uh, where do you want to go? And who are you really? Who are you when no one is looking? That is number 2. Number 3, set your mind. I've been talking a lot about mindset, and I always mention mindset. I post mindset now because in the RK Coach podcast, we work on mindset, and it sounds cliche, I know. But if we twist that word backwards and we say, set your mind, what does this mean? It is a filter, or mind. It is like, I always tell you the example of putting on clean glasses that sees everything as a positive thing. If we see everything from an optimistic perspective, you are set to look at every situation that's going to come across, because there are situations that are going to come across to stop you from your goal, to detour you from your goal. And you have to look at them with clean glasses, with a mindset, a positive mindset. So set your mind for optimism. Set your mind for positiveness. Set your mind to see the best in every situation. Doesn't matter if it's a bad one. You have to see why and how is this going to twist it in a good way for you. Why is happening? What do I need to learn from this situation? And that only is going, because otherwise, and this is what's going to happen. You set a goal, there's going to be issues, life happens, could be a time delay, could be a detour, could be that just what you thought you were going to get, you didn't get it, could be that the people around you that you were counting on to get to that goal didn't measure to the task. I mean, there are a lot of things. You can get sick. I mean, there are a lot of things that happen. You move to a different country, you move to a different city. I mean, there are a lot of things that could happen that stop you from get to your goal. But the only thing that is going to make the difference is how do you see those um, little hiccups in the way. And for me, is to look at it as a learning experience. When you look at things, good or bad, as a learning experience, you take the fear out of it. You take the fear of failure out of it. You take away the importance, and when we give too much importance to a bad thing, it's like a catastrophe. It's like, this is the worst thing that could ever happen to me now. So we remove that. It's like, oh, okay, it didn't work. It was not with that person. This is not the time. This is not the time because maybe there's another time who's going to be better. This is not the person because thank goodness it was removed from my life to find the right person to do this task. I get sick. Okay, it's because I need to take care of myself right now. So let me just stop, take care of myself, and then I will come back stronger and better. The only way to look at things like that, and newsflash, I was not like this all the time. Okay, I trained myself to be like this. I'm not a happy yo person all the time, or I wasn't until I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, that I started to working more towards being positive and setting my mind to be positive. I was Before that, I always tend to go for the negative of everything, to look at the worst case scenario, get into the catastrophe mode, blame everybody else for all my issues and all my problems. And by working on myself, I realized like there's actually nobody to blame but me. Not blame. I'm responsible. It's different. There's nobody to blame. There is a learning curve in every situation. There is a message in everything that happens to us. And you know what? Life gets way easier that way. I'm not saying that I'm always in a positive mood. No, we have times, we have days that you're not going to be positive. There are days that you just want to kill somebody. I'm not don't kill anybody, please. The We want to figure the speech. We want to, just like, I can't stand this person. I can't stand this situation. But you know what happened when you put on your positive glasses again? You step out of negativeness faster. So, how do we do that? It's like, okay, Christina, that all sounds marvelous. But how do I set my mind into a positive mindset? How do I do that? Very good. It's simple. And it's so simple that you're going to laugh at me. Start the day or start everything that you're going to do with gratitude. What? Like, what? That's it? That's all I'm going to do? Yes. At least for now. That's all you're going to do. Everything you do, everything that happens to you, everything that you're set up to do, and in the mornings, if you can, when the day starts, start with gratitude. Even your food. Now I remember, it's like, why do people give grace or thanks before eating? Because by blessing the food, by giving thanks for the food, that food is going to nurture you in a different way. So if we do it with food, why don't we do it with other things in our lives? Situations, goals, I don't know, tasks, people, life. If we start with gratitude, we change the tune of everything. I gave you the example in the previous episode. If I start my goal saying, I hate this and I have to change it because I hate it and I don't want it, or everybody else has success but me, I want to be like them, and I hate everybody because they're more successful than me, so I'm going to be successful this year. Okay, but if I change that to, wow, these people really succeed. How did they do it? I want to learn from them. I want to be like them. And I want to feel that achievement because I deserve it. And I'm so thankful that I have the tools and the resources to figure it out how to do it. It's so different, my friends. So different. And believe me, the result is going to be absolutely different as well. It's going to be, guess what? A positive result. I am absolutely thrilled to announce a new sponsor of the RK Coach podcast. We are now working together with Cake the Great magazine. Cake the Great magazine is a quarterly international magazine, and it's an open platform for all levels of sugar artists around the world. We will showcase your talent, skills, update sugar, world news, and more. You can have the next issue, and you can already have the March issue of 2023 in the links that I will be leaving here in this episode. And stay tuned for the next issue to come. Thank you so much to my sweet dear friend Tasnuta Allen, award-winning cake decorator and editor of this magazine. And thank you to Cake the Great magazine for being one of the sponsors, and welcome to the family of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Okay, my sweet friends. So far we have four tools that can help you get closer to your goals, to your dreams, and to your wishes. Goals. I like to make it. I like to use the word goals better because it sounds more like something you can achieve, right? So let me recap for you. Don't do the same and expect different results. Who are you when nobody's looking, and who is driving your car from point A to point B? And set your mind to be positive, to look at everything in a positive way. So those are the first three. Let's go with the next one. I love this one, and this one is actually my it's my the quote that I use for setting the goals at the beginning of this year. Because this year, the word that I want to, or where I want to be at the end of the year is accomplished. I want to accomplish things, like I feel that I have so many different areas going on at the same time that I just want to accomplish. And for that, I need to work towards the things that will make me accomplish my goals and my task and my to-dos. Just accomplish in general, everything, accomplish, right? So I can just, when you feel like you accomplish a task and you just put uh, you just scratch it from the list. That's what I want to feel like at the end of this year. So there's the quote that I chose for this year was "Move the needle." I love this quote in English because if you translate it to other languages, it doesn't make the same sense. But move the needle, um, because it actually means do not waste your time doing things that are not going to work towards where you want to go or your goal or your result. um like, for example, I could be spending hours doing creating posts on Canva for social media because I like it. It's something that I just get lost doing it. It's very creative for me, and I just do it. And when I realized I spent 2 hours, I created many posts, but the posts don't have a specific purpose. And I said, well, if maybe I could spend maybe only half an hour creating two posts for this week with the purpose, and the rest hour and a half recording episodes for the podcast, for example. So that for me is move the needle. Work on what actually is going to give you results, right? When you move the needle, or when you set your life to work on the tasks that actually give you results, and this has to do a little bit with procrastination. We saw it in the episode, or we listened to this in the episode of procrastination. We do other things so we don't have to face the thing that really needs to be done. So when you work on actually moving the needle, you realize many things. First of all, it is on you to make it work. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody else, I always tell you, you applaud yourself because nobody else is going to do it for you. The same for your work. Work it yourself. Make it happen because nobody else is going to make it happen for you. And when I mean nobody else is going to make it happen to you, I mean the world, the economy, the politicians in your country, the neighbor, the client who didn't call you back. It's not on them, it's on you. You are the one who's going to make it work. You are the one who's going to move the needle to results. Then, of course, own your results. And I mean, own your results, good or bad, because if they're good, it's because you made a good effort to make it happen. If it's bad, it's because either you try and you fail and it's a learning experience, or you didn't do enough and you didn't have great results. So don't blame others for your results. Own your results. Take action. When you move the needle, you have to take action. You have to do it, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you don't want to do it. I don't want to call this client because I don't feel like it. I'm afraid, I'm ashamed. I'm afraid it's going to say no. But if I call the client and I'm getting this job, I know maybe it's a wedding cake with a tons of little, sweet table things, and I'm going to make a lot of money. But what if he said no? But maybe I don't call him. Maybe I call him. No, just take the action, even if it is uncomfortable, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Focus on what you can control, not on the outside. I mean, what I mean, not on the outside, not on the things you cannot control. Simple as that. Can you control the economy of your country? Mm, well, we could help, but we cannot control it. Can we control the politicians? Can we control the world? Can we control the wars? Can we control? And I can stop blaming all of that to not fixing results on my business or not getting results on what I'm doing. Or I can control on finding the way to make it work. So focus on what you can control and not on everything else and everything. If you think about this, all of these things that I'm telling you right now are intertwined, they're connected. Because if you move the needle with your mindset in a positive way, right? Looking with your positive glasses on it, you're not going to blame others. And you're going to do the work and you're not going to focus on what you cannot control. So it's all connected. And if I know who's driving my car, if I know where I am, if I know what I want, I know I'm gonna make that needle move. It's all connected, my friends. It's all connected. But I love this one. And when I made this part of my DNA, move the needle, Christina. It's on you. It's not on anybody else. It's liberating. And I wish you could feel it right now because I'm trying to send you that energy through the microphone. It is liberating. I stopped blaming my life, my background, my lack of knowledge, the government economy, the stupid clients, everything. I just stopped blaming them, stopped focusing on that. I focused on what I could control, and things started to happen because everything that I have done after that, I've done it with the intention, taking action, even if I don't like it, but I have to do it and I will do it. And results happen. I've had results. People who would look my life from the outside and say, wow, you got everything for you. Oh, you're so, you get so many opportunities. Oh, because you're just nice. I know I'm nice, but it's not just because I'm nice. I do the work, I knock on that door and I say I'm getting a lot of no's sometimes, but I'm getting a lot of yeses too. So that's it. That's what I do. I just make the needle move. Okay. And then goes to the next point. And this is interesting actually. And I learned something this week that I want to share with you. The next point is to go outside of your comfort zone to find your limiting beliefs. Okay. So this week, actually, I've been doing this challenge with my coach, and because I do have a coach for myself, and I've been doing the challenge with my coach, and we've been working on comfort zones and limiting beliefs. And he said one thing to me the other day, and I was like, that was an aha moment for me when he said, people think badly on comfort zones, but comfort zones are actually your zone of genius. What I mean with your zone of genius, your comfort, you're comfortable where you are because that's the air, that's where you succeed. That's where you can do things, right? The thing with the comfort zones is that we can have, uh, let's say, a productive work comfort zone, right? Like me doing the podcast. This is my comfort zone. I'm so comfortable talking to the microphone, talking to you guys, sharing what I'm sharing, organizing everything and putting it online. And this is great. This is comfortable for me. But there is the other comfort zone, which is the couch, which is like, oh, this is too hard. I'm just not going to do it. No, I'm not doing it. So I'm comfortable not doing it. So what I mean to go outside of your comfort zone is to not only to get out of the couch, is that's where, if that's where you are. No, is to push a little bit more your zone of genius. That zone where you are like, I'm good at this. If you're a cookie artist, for example, that use royal license, for me, that's not my comfort zone, and you know it. News for you guys. That's one of my goals this year. And I already bought classes with the amazing Juanita Dulce. If you don't know her, you should know her. She's an amazing teacher and cookie artist, very young, very talented. And I bought myself some classes and I said, well, this is the year I'm going to learn how to use royal icing because it's a personal thing. I'm not going to sell cookies, but it's a personal thing. It's personal. I want to do it. I want to get out of my comfort zone because that's not comfortable for me. Sugar paste is comfortable for me, not a royal icing. So I'm pushing myself, but I love the decoration, the cookies, the cakes is related. So it's somehow inside my comfort zone, but I'm pushing myself a little bit more out of it. What happens when you push yourself out of your comfort zone? Either if it's a positive comfort zone or a negative comfort zone, you find yourself face to face with your beliefs. The beliefs are our beliefs, are the story that we tell ourselves about who we are and what we're good at and what we're not, and why we are not or why we are good at something. I go back to the cookies. Now that we're talking about cookies. So a limiting belief for me is royalizing is not for me. This is not for me. I mean, it doesn't work. Every time I try is a mess. I'm just not good for this. I'm just good at sugar paste. I'm good at modeling. I'm not going to try this. It's just a waste of time. I'm not even selling cookies. So why even trying? I'm limiting myself. I'm believing all these things in my head so much that I'm limiting myself from learning something new. And maybe if I learn it with the right teacher, with the right tools, I realize that this is not that complicated and I'm actually good at this. So, okay, maybe I can start making cookies. Cookies is just a metaphor for our lives. What happens when we are comfortable in our couch or comfortable in our zone of genius is we tell ourselves either, I'm not good enough. I don't have the knowledge. I'm not young, or I'm too young, or this is just not for me. Not in this life. I'm just not going to be that person in this life. This is not for me. It keeps us comfortable. All of the things that we tell ourselves, oh, because maybe I didn't go to college, so I don't have the knowledge, or because my parents didn't pay for my college, so it's their fault. I have to blame my parents, or poor me that didn't have the resources to learn. But you're not there anymore. You're here right now, so you can find the resources to learn. You're not old. You're still here. You're alive. So if you're alive, you're in the right place. It's right now. There's not going to be other place. So we change all those limiting beliefs. And the only way to figure out what those limiting beliefs is by asking ourselves, where do I stand, or what is my comfort zone? Good or bad, my friends? So ask yourself truly, 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 and this is the work that we've been doing in the private group of goal setting, and is the second extra class of this week of the subscription podcast, is where do you stand right now in your life, and what do you want to change in your business, in the cake world, in yourself, your health, your mind, your relationships, your learning, in all the aspects of our lives. Where do you truly stand? And how do I determine that? I'm going to give you an exercise today. You ask yourself, or you write about yourself in third person as you were narrating a story. Today, Christina is a podcaster who does not bake cakes anymore, who is teaching English, ESL English, who has a 9 to 5 job, who does it. I mean, you write about yourself in the third person, Christina, as a person aside, because you're telling a story about somebody. That somebody happens to be you in the present, right now. And when you see that story, you realize where you're standing, what have you accomplished, but also what you're lacking. And you know what is your comfort zone, good or bad. You know what are your limiting beliefs. Because imagine I said, well, right now um, I don't know how to decorate cookies with royal icing. I'm not good at it. Oh, I'm not good at it. That's a belief. I am. I believe I'm not. I'm not good at it. So how do I change that? I change the narrative to Christina, or me, if you want to do it in the first person. I will learn to do this. And when you ask yourself, thinking, am I going to learn how to? Yes, you're going to learn how to decorate cookies because you can learn. You're resourceful. You're going to find yourself the time, the teacher, and the good method to learn it. So you're changing the narrative and you're stepping a little bit out of the comfort zone. How would you feel? And this is the next question. Imagine you did the exercise. You know what is your comfort zone. You spotted your limiting beliefs. You know where you're standing because you did all the narrative. Now, if we change that narrative into the future, 12 months from now, if we change this narrative to the outcome of your goals, how would you feel if you achieve them? How would you feel if by the end of the year, imagine myself, how would I feel if by November, I am participating on Cake International with the royal icing cookie? That would blow not only my mind, but the mind of all my friends. They're like, what? That would be great. And if I win something, whoa, that would be even better. How would that make me feel? How would it make me feel to maybe, I don't know, have my own business by the end of the year? Or making that much money that I want to make by the end of the year? And that sets your mind to success. Okay? So that's what I want for you today. Success. As your cake coach, I am here to help you. If you want to go a little bit further in your journey to organize your time, set clear goals, maybe teach, work on your mindset, or set a roadmap for results, especially for results and success, I am here for you. Why don't you book a free discovery call with me? I will be leaving the links here in this episode so we can chat, we can talk about what you really need, and we can see if we're a good fit for each other. Remember, I have just one mission in this cake world. First is to unite the cake community as one and to make you, my cake artist, my sweet friend, understand the importance of investing in you. Like I said, I will be leaving the links here in the description of this episode so you can book a 30 minutes free discovery call with me. And just remember, in case nobody said this to you today, I do appreciate you and I want you to stay safe and stay creative. Well, my sweet friends, I don't know about you, but I'm loving today's episode. You know why I'm loving today's episode is because I've just been working on all of that. As I am sharing with you everything on goal setting this week and this month, is because I am working on that as well myself, not only through my own program and the things that I share with you, but with my coach as well. And when I start seeing results and when I start learning things, the first thing that comes to my mind is like, I need to share this with my community. I need to share this with them. This will be amazing if they can, get to these conclusions as well. So today is a very heartfelt episode, and I hope you can feel it through the microphone. It's a fulfilling episode for me today. And I know this is a different podcast. I know it's a cake podcast that is not really about cakes. I know that it goes beyond, but we are more than just what we do. We are human beings, and if I can leave you with a little tool to make you a better human being, my work is done. And of course, it has to be with my sweet cake community because I love you guys and I'm part of you. So that's why. So, talking about community, guess what? Guess what is the final tip that I'm going to give you today? Community. Find your community. The thing is, before you find the right community for you, and community by community I mean friends, I mean people around you, I mean talking about cake friends, of course, cake friends, the people around you, the people who supports your business, who's next to you in your cake journey, maybe online communities. But to find the right place to be, or the right people to be with, or the right people to learn from, because I think we learn from each other. First, you need to audit your circle. It sounds bad, I know, but kind of audit doesn't mean that you're going to stop talking to people. Come on. Audit the people who surrounds you. What do they bring to your goals, to your cake business, to your life as a cake artist and as a person as well? Are they people who will support me, or at least will not destroy my dreams and goals? Is my inner circle, the people who's right next to me in this journey, the people that's going to don't laugh at me when I tell them my goals, or when I tell them I'm working on my goals, I'm working toward my goals, I'm doing this. They're just gonna make fun of me. I know it's hard. It's not easy. I'm not saying please leave your husbands or families or friends or whatever. No, no, it's not that. But when you audit the people next to you and you find out sometimes people closest to you are not really that supportive, don't stop talking to them. Don't ban them from your life. No, but stop paying attention to what they say, because it's not going to be aligned to what you are or where you're going. Stop listening to their advices, because this is probably people who has never really achieved much uh, in the same way that you want to achieve. Audit them. Where How good are they for my goals? Like I said, don't ban them from your life. Just don't listen so closely. Don't pay that much attention. Love them. Always love the person next to you. There are always things to learn from everyone around you. But find that, audit that people around you. See what they give or not give or take away from your goals and your path. And after you audit, think, what do I really need next to me? Who is the kind of person that I really need to support my goals and support my dream? And surround yourself with positive people who's working towards your goals just like you, or who at least supports your goals and give you that push, or just listens to you. Sometimes you just need somebody to listen to you and don't judge. That's all we need. And it's funny because when we really do this exercise, we realize that we have more things in common than the things that separate us. The world is made right now to divide us, to make us believe that we're very, very different, but we're not. The world is made, social media, news, everything is made to antagonize, to say, you're all different. You are this, you are that, and they place you into a square. This is who you are. This is who you are. And trying to make us think that we're different. We're not different. We're human beings. We're not that different. And as more people I meet online in the international community, people from all over the world, different religions. I was actually talking about that with my husband yesterday. Um, Different religions, different beliefs, different sexual orientations, different color of skin, different. I mean, there's so many people in our community from so many different backgrounds. A lot of money, no money, low income, big incomes, poor countries, first world countries, everywhere. I mean, we have people from all over the world. And the only thing that unites us, the only thing, no, it's more what unites us than what separates us, because we're focused on our love for what we do, cake world, learning, being positive. And I realized this many years ago when I was an exchange student and I met people from different parts of the world. We're all the same. We're all looking more or less for the same things. We're all looking for acceptance, for love, for success. We're struggling somewhere or another, some way or another. We are all pursuing something. There's so much more that unite us than that separate us. So when you audit your circle of friends and you realize, it's great if you realize that they're great for you and you're like, oh, I'm so blessed that I have these friends that support me. But if you realize that, oh, maybe they don't, please don't ban them from your life. Like I said before, just find other friends that will help you. It's like, push you a little bit into or towards your goal. Find that people who have common things in common with you, and work together. And of course, you know that our community, Cake Friends Stay Creative, being part of the coaching groups, being part of the class of goal setting, all of these people, we're all working towards the same. And I'm here for you too. We're all working towards the same purpose, same goal. So surround yourself with people who's doing the same as you are, or who at least have a similar view of things, or who would just listen to you. Sometimes you just need to be listened. And I want to finish today's episode with a very special quote that I found online. And I think it has to do with finding the right community, but also with finding yourself, because all of the things that we have talked about today, and remember, today's episode is about setting yourself for success. Doesn't matter what you want to achieve, doesn't matter what the goal is. You have to set yourself for success. And I'm talking about yourself. I'm not talking about the goal. I'm talking about yourself. And that means work on yourself. And working on yourself, working on your mindset, like I've told you, knowing about who you really are, who's driving your car, doing things differently to get different results. Own your results, don't blame others, going outside of your comfort zone, finding your limiting beliefs. All of that has to do with you, with who you are. And because at the end of the day, you are the captain of your ship, you are the one steering the wheel and going towards your goal. So I want to finish today's episode with this quote that I found about you and about the community. Don't dim your light to make others feel better. I love this one. I came across the other day on a class, and I saw it again online the other day. I mean, it's been going around this in my life. Don't dim your light to make others feel better. Just surround yourself with people who are as bright as you are, and work on that light, because that light has to be stronger and stronger to get to your goals and to be the best cake artist, the best friend, the best family member, the best person that you can be. And with that, my sweet friends, I hope I had helped you today a little bit to work on yourself so you can get closer to your goals. So I'll leave you as I always leave you, my friends. Stay safe and stay creative. I'll see you next time. My sweet, sweet friend, if you like this episode, if you love this podcast, I will kindly ask you to leave me a started review, whatever you're listening to this episode that is available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and I think a couple of other ones. But in any of those, just leave me a review, leave me a couple of stars or 5 stars if you like it. So people will find this episode, the algorithm would put it out there, and more of our K community will benefit from it. Share it with your friends, download the episode and share them. Share them on your social media and tag me because I will answer you back. Of course I will. And send me comments, send me your review, send me your feedback. Even if you don't agree with anything that I say, I would love to hear your opinion. You can find me in any of my social media accounts. I will be leaving the links here on this episode description. I'm on Facebook as The Art Cake Experience. I am on Instagram at Christina_The Art Cake Experience, or you can even find me on YouTube, my YouTube channel, The Art Cake Experience channel. So thank you so much for listening, and please leave me your review and leave me your comments and your feedback. I would love to hear what you have to say about any of this episode.